Jorg Roskopf in the corner for Timoboll. So there is a rich table tennis history here. We've got royalty on both sides in the corners and both sides of the tables. The four people most involved in this match are all table tennis legends. So we will see. Timoboll said he's playing in his living room yesterday. After winning his match against Lin Gaoyuan, he said, well, what can I say? This is his home, basically. The German player feeling very much at home here in Liège after he won in 2005 over Wang Liqin, Ma Lin, and Wang Hao in the final. An incredible 3 victories over the 3 best players in the world at that time. Now Ma Long just turned 29 2 days ago, top seed in the tournament. And a little bit about Ma Long and some of his titles. He's the reigning Olympic champion from Rio 2016, the standing world champion 2015 and 2017 in men's singles. And he's won the World Tour Grand Finals 5 times, 2008, 9, 11, 15, and 16. And this year, I don't believe he'll qualify. Otherwise, he'd be going for a three-peat, 3 consecutive years. But due to lack of participation, will be unlikely to qualify at this point to play in the World Tour Grand Finals. Now, Timoboll, on the other hand, is having an excellent year and has a decent chance. The way he's been playing, we'll see. 1, to qualify for the World Tour Grand Finals, but 2, to actually be the champion. He also won the Men's World Cup in 2002, so this would be his 3rd time if he can do it, but he's got the toughest opponent in the tournament now. So Ma Long is very well respected by all players, called the most complete player in the game, and Timoboll said it himself in his interview. He's got nothing to lose, meaning Ma Long is the one who's expected to win. If Timoboll loses this match, while many fans of Timoboll will be disappointed, table tennis fans around the world, at the same time, no one's expecting it. He is not the expected victor here. Interestingly enough, against Lin Gaoyuan yesterday, the same could have been said. Timoboll lost 1-4 last time they played in Japan. And interestingly enough as well, Timoboll in his first match against Gustavo Tsuboi was down 5-10 in game 1, comes back to take game 1 and continues to go up 7-8-0 in game 2. And then he finished the day being down 4-10 in game 7 against Lin Gaoyuan. Again, breaking the hearts of many Chinese fans. And there are many Chinese fans which are here in the audience, many European fans as well. You can see German flags around the stadium. A lot of face painting for the Chinese fans. And of course, Captain Long at the top of the table on the receive. Carries the hearts of more than 1 billion. So we're no stranger to the slow start for Timo. Yesterday, losing the first 2. It's still very fluid, very loose. This is one thing that Ma Long has managed to learn to do. Under pressure, stay very loose. It's quite rare to see him get tensed up. There's the backhand. First point for Timoboll, and it's a backhand near the table. Yesterday, had a chance to see him hitting some incredible backhands from behind the table. Ball almost hits the lens of the camera. Second point for Timoboll, and a quick signal of apology for the fortune. First towel break of the game, Ma Long leading 4-2. In a best-of-7 match between these two players, it's just interesting to think this could go a really long way. And we're just at the start, but Timoboll out here deceiving Looks like he's going to go cross court and plays it down the line with the backhand. Watch his patience. Really takes a lot of strength in the core to turn a little bit and mislead the opponent like that while playing it down the line. Caught up in the middle. Timoboll has to work hard to get around for that forehand, but it leaves open the wide forehand opportunity. Ma Long quick to take advantage. This is what the middle is all about, getting a player to lean one way, investing in the next shot. Wow, smooth receive. So for Ma Long, I mean, we've seen almost everything from Ma Long. We know we can't put anything past him. In terms of a close match, it's really going to come down to Timoboll taking some early points, early games. There it is, textbook forehand. So a different idea here. Timoboll going for the long push. Trying to set himself up for a counterattack. Take a short stroke off of Ma Long's opening. With the second towel break of the game, the recipe that Timoboll has brought to the table is not working out so far. Scoreboard says it all. Wow, was that a tough ball. That short one over the table. Timoboll almost extended the racket from his hand just to keep himself in the point. Really had to reach out for that. Softer spinny ball with Ma Long backing up quickly. Smart play again. We saw this yesterday with Simone Gauzy and Jun Mizutani. We'll break off the top of the net, and Ma Long with 5 game points to take the first. Keeping himself loose out there, letting out the bad air. Oh, he switched hands! Timoboll, it's just like he's in his prime right now. I mean, he's got to be the most frequent hand-switching player, but against Ma Long to counter with the right hand, look at this. Short stroke with the right hand, and it finishes the rally. Game point saved. Thrills by the dozen. Timoboll on the serve. Oh, second bounce on the table. Ma Long with the perfect distance takes game 1, 11 points to 6. We'll be back for game 2, Timoboll versus Ma Long right after this. Back for game number 2. Ma Long takes game 1, but Timoboll adds to the street cred after switching hands against the world number 1 to win a point and save game point. Just shows you how cool he is under pressure, although I think yesterday is quite a testament to that. There it is. Quality push, counterattack with the backhand side. Now with age in general, developing more of a backhand can be very effective. It's not as easy to run around the corner. Timoboll's used his backhand very well in the past 2 days. Almost deja vu. Good length on the push there. And then the attack played softly, more to the middle. Over the table. There's the spinny ball. Ma Long prepared to cover the wide forehand. That's as wide as they come inside out. Left-handed specialty, that step around inside out forehand, and it's paired up nicely with a parallel backhand to start it off. Quite a different start to game 2 than we saw in game 1. Exact opposite. Very light serve, dead you could say, placed out to the forehand side. Ma Long's flip did not have much to work with. Ooh, shot right into the chest there off the bounce. Timo puts a little bit more spin on it this time. Ma Long reads it. Actually, the close-up there, it looked like there wasn't as much spin. The push just floats back, but Ma Long with the clean opening forehand for his first point. Well placed right on the crossover point from Ma Long to take 2 points in a row. Now that change of pace with that first backhand from Timoboll can be quite jarring for a lot of players. Again, the agility of Ma Long is what makes him one of many things that makes him so dangerous. He can adapt to almost anything.
Let 4-2.
Good length for a serve. Tempting Ma Long for the opening attack, but still uncomfortable at the back edge of the table. Oh. Clever idea, trying to serve long to the backhand, but just a little bit inside the table, maybe a little slower than Timoboll had hoped for, and Ma Long so quick to get around that corner. But there is a statement made with that serve. Timoboll, not afraid, gonna keep mixing it up. You can feel the frustration for Timoboll on that one. Had a good opportunity here. Even goes for a relatively safe shot for placement. Spinny ball, not a kill shot. Nice bird's eye view here. Really looking for that middle to get Ma Long a little bit off balance and out of position. And quickly recovered 3 points in a row. Ma Long ties it up. Now, of the final 4 players in this tournament, Ma Long is not only the only player from China, he's the only player from Asia. This is the Men's World Cup of table tennis. It's not too often you hear statistics like this. Oh, and a break off the top of the net to continue the streak. Yep, that's the sorry but we'll take it face. Quick reaction, but Timoboll's right there with anticipation, bringing it back to the middle of the table. Right place, right time. It's a long middle name for Timoboll, but it would definitely apply. See some of the artwork there on the cheeks of Chinese fans. And then the European-style horns in the crowd. Extra spin from the forehand. Now this is one part of Timo's game, one of many parts that has made him so competitive with the top Chinese players over the last decade and a half. His spin variation. His technique is not the same as everybody else's, where he finishes his stroke, but the fact that he can vary the spin so much from shot to shot really forces his opponents to be focused more than usual. Touch game in near the net, and he extends his lead back to 2. This has been a game of tug of war here. From up 5-2, Timoboll loses 3 straight points and now pulls ahead to 8-6. Taking game 2 to level the scores will keep Ma Long a little bit more tensed than usual, a little bit tight. It's Timoboll's best chance. That's a very confident invitation. A hanging fruit there. The long push to Timoboll's backhand, and Ma Long says, go ahead, take the first swing, but I have a good idea where it's coming, and I'm going to counter it. Yeah, why not go the other way? Timo, very, very wise, and quickly discovered he wasn't happy with the location. And this time he does change it up, and Ma Long anticipates well, short stroke, and covers going the opposite way. How short that stroke is, he waits right in the middle, and as soon as he sees where Timoboll's going, takes his second point in a row to tie it up. Wang Hao, what are you thinking? Hits the shirt, Timoboll's giving him the point. Fair play. One of many possible middle names for Timoboll. Ma Long knows too. At this level of play, it's tough to put something past. Talk about bringing in Hawkeye or shot spot. These guys have Hawkeyes. Timoboll was tested as having fighter pilot reaction time. A deep push on the table, a big point for Ma Long. This is 4 points in a row from down 6-8. Yesterday, Timoboll lost the first 2 games against Lin Gaoyuan. But Ma Long, in terms of international experience and experience period, he's 7 years the senior of Lin Gaoyuan and has unrivaled experience on the World Tour. The only male to win 2 Chinese national games. One game point saved, 1 more to go. The most memorable game point Timoboll has saved today came out of his right hand. Oh, chop block, and it's miscontacted. Timoboll tries to follow the hook and the curve. With the extra time, goes for the spin, just catching the top edge. Look at that chop block. Again, one of the best chop blockers in the world, alongside probably Koki Miwa. Ma Long takes a 2-0 lead, and we'll be back for game 3. Right. Back for game number 3, and the banners are ready. Fans looking adorable and prepared. So Timoboll down 0-2 to start off with the serve.
Let level.
Now, Timoboll talked yesterday in his interview, mentioned that Ma Long is the greatest player in the world. wasn't at his best. Hasn't been so far in this tournament, so there's a chance.
1-all.
Now, interestingly enough, Timoboll against Lin Gaoyuan yesterday was having some trouble in the receive game. Felt that his touch wasn't so strong, came in quite tired. Again, he is playing many World Tour events this year, Champions League, Bundesliga, T2, European champs. And this point started off from an unlikely situation. Timoboll-full on the serve and gets back into the counter loops. That backhand from behind the table, though, when Timo's way back there, he's playing fearlessly, consistently. But the rally ends with Ma Long being the more consistent of the two. Score-wise, it feels a little bit like yesterday. For Timoboll to have a serious chance here, this game, you could argue, would be crucial to take. Oh, the opportunity. Ma Long knew he escaped. You could see the apology for the break here. Timoboll with the wide cross court. Gets Ma Long off balance a little bit, creates the opening the other way. That's the reaction time of Ma Long. You can watch it in slow motion. The best players in the world, and Ma Long still right on top of the ball, shot after shot. First towel break of the game, and Timo trailing by 2. Again, he called Liège his living room, not just for alliteration, but because 2005, one of the best tournaments for Timoboll in his career, right here in this town. You know, as table tennis fans, there's a guarded sense of optimism here. Timoboll trailing by 1 point. But against Ma Long, you could be up 8-4. You could be up all sorts of things, and still it's not over till it's over. Serve sits up a little bit, and even with the corner of the table in the way, Timoboll comes in with the racket nice and closed to get that very cool trajectory to come in flat over the ball and loop it for the winner. Outstanding play. You've got Ma Long chopping from under the table. You can hear the crowd gasp after Timoboll hits a big shot that comes back. This one forced into a block with a little bit of side spin. It's Timoboll who initiates the side spin but stays focused when Ma Long gives a side spin chop back. 3 in a row for Timo. That backhand. It's a third ball from deep on the table. Not too many players can confidently hit a backhand past Ma Long. Yes, if it's in near the net, sure, from time to time, but Timoboll, his backhand, and there's a whole video that ITTF released years ago about Timoboll's backhand, but it seems like it's just getting stronger. And the soft, spinny one. Again, the placement of Ma Long, an uncomfortable serve, but Timo patiently waits and makes the contact right near the back edge. Wow. This is where people cut their hand open sometimes. Off the bounce, amazing speed. The push seemed lukewarm, placement's good enough. He gets a difficult ball coming in. Right off the bounce, it's a little bit softer and spinnier for Ma Long. And Timoboll calculates it just perfectly, starts the stroke right away. We talk about the Chinese timing, how the top players in the world from China take the ball early off the bounce. It's part of the training, and it takes a lot of physical fitness. Timoboll with unrivaled timing throughout Europe and the rest of the world. Softer shots for spin and placement, extending the lead to 5 points. Timoboll just 2 away from getting his first game. And the fans sing. Variation on that reverse pendulum. Not as much topspin as Ma Long thought was on it. Flashback to 2005 here. 6 game points for Timoboll. Clamp of the net. Outstanding rally, but deep into the backhand corner for the step around. Ma Long saves a game point. Trying to think of some of the greatest comebacks I've seen from Ma Long. Remember against Yuya Oshima down 2-6 and 4-7 in game 7. Start to feel like if there's one more point here for Ma Long, Timoboll's gonna have a timeout. Again, this game is crucial for the survival rate here, the chances for Timoboll. If this is a reenactment of yesterday, it's gotta happen now. We're gonna see the timeout. And we will. Roscoff in the corner, calling the timeout. Oh, Timoboll isn't taking it. Interesting, okay. Well, Roscoff says, you know what, you've been playing a long time. I will clap in support. Over to the towel. 3rd towel break of the game. These are the moments that we watch with so much suspense because it's make or break. If Timoboll is able to take one of the next 2 points, Ma Long can get a little bit nervous, a little bit tense, and you can see the sweat right there being wiped off near the net of the table. Both players quite tense. 2 game points left for Timo on the receive. Oh, the soft one doesn't bother him. Ma Long cracking through with the cross-court backhand. 10-4, 10-5. Feels like just a blink ago. 10-4, 6 game points for Timoboll, and now only 1 left. Backhand does it. What a time. And man, he still has his timeout in his pocket. Timoboll, the master of suspense. Yesterday from the other side of the scoreboard, but from today, leading 10-4. Ma Long gets 5 in a row, and Timo, 11-9, takes game 3. It's 1-2, and we'll be back for game 4 right after this. Yeah, table tennis. Families here, fans from all over. The Chinese flags in the background. European Union flags around, German flags around. And a kiss to the fans. Hello, hello, China. I'll take a picture of your camera. I love that. The camera war. A friendly one, though. Speaking of which, Timoboll in the match now with 1 game at the top of the screen, down 1-2. Now this is a shot that we only see from Ma Long on rare occasions or when he's tense. If he starts this game 3-0, I have a funny feeling that shot comes down on the table and it's a bit more fluid. Heavy side and topspin, but Ma Long traces it perfectly for the counter. Watch this opening backhand. Chiquita. That's why they call it the banana. Curve the ball. Clever idea, late decision for Timoboll, still almost gets it down. Again, one game is a good start, but definitely not enough. It just needs to be the spark that lights the fire here. There it is, slower spinny shot as Ma Long's backing off the table. He's left with the ball out in front. The amount of decisions that Timoboll, that both of these players are able to make with such short notice, it's just unbelievable. Drilled into the middle, Ma Long getting his lead back.
Let 3-2.
Oh, recovering the net ball. This isn't the first time we've seen Ma Long do that. He's so focused and keeps the eye on the spin. Off the top of the net here, Timoboll with a little break in the rally. But it comes up high enough. Ma Long's backhand still, he has to hit it to the very corner of the table to get it past Timoboll. In terms of physical fitness, at 36 years old, Timoboll working very hard to be very fit and very healthy. Again, after knee surgery as well, has recovered quite well.
2-5.
We saw 2 service errors against Lin Gaoyuan, and it didn't stop Timoboll yesterday. So 1 here. Timoboll fans, Boer fans, no need to give up hope. And he's deep on the table, deep in the backhand corner, that backhand cross court. Really confident, a lot of pace on it. Surprise placement. Forehand flip down the line, and Ma Long on the wrong corner of the table. As fast as his feet are and as agile and flexible as his body is, he can't reach this one. Quite close, though. The lone Jayo called out from the crowd. It's a good pattern. Ma Long surprising Timoboll. Timo looking to turn, take the forehand from the middle.
Let 4-6.
Feels like you're out there sometimes watching this, thinking about what serve you might do if you were Timo. Two in a row out wide to the forehand with that backhand. His pendulum serve has been, I'd say, more difficult for Ma Long to get in the points. Forced into a mediocre flip. Not a bad one, but for this level of play, Timoboll's going to have a better answer for a third ball.
Let 5-6.
How quickly Ma Long decides to play that down into the table. To be able to change your decisions that quickly. World number 1. Outstanding point again. Timoboll blasting it deep into the backhand, testing Ma Long. This rally goes on about 2 or 3 shots longer than most opponents Timoboll will play. And that bird's eye view is quite cool to see what it takes for Ma Long to keep some pace on the ball, to stay in the point, punching with the backhand, which is a rare occasion. This is him just trying to move wide to the backhand side, stay in the rally. But Ma Long, one of just a few players who confidently and consistently, while moving to the backhand, can counter loop the ball with heavy spin. Interestingly enough, one of the others is Timoboll. Spin shot with the backhand, and it continues. A 1-point lead now for Timoboll. And the muttering cheers from the crowd is a blend of Jayo and Auf geht's Timo.
Let. 6-7.
First time this match I can recall seeing a high toss serve from Ma Long. And surprise, there's underspin on it. It looked a lot like the Schlager serve. Question is how much? Looks like mostly side. First bounce has enough underspin to keep the ball a little bit shorter. By the second bounce, it's almost straight side, and it's misread by Timo. Very difficult to fool Timoboll. He's in position here. Not a bad place to be for Timo. But Ma Long with 2 points in a row to step into the lead. Now, in terms of the receive game, it's not just that the serves of Ma Long are difficult. It's the third ball that's waiting. The pressure that Timoboll has to make such a high-quality shot to be in a good position to win the point. Way wide to the forehand. Timoboll's footwork gets him there and takes him the point. Again, he had a whole table behind him wide open for Ma Long, but the pressure on the shot, just enough. Schlager serve again out here, but it doesn't work out this time. More quality receive, Boll reads it well. The length on the table is uncomfortable for Ma Long. Not sure if he wants to get it from over the table or if it's going to come long enough that he can have a slightly bigger stroke. Caught in between. That is an excellent shot from Ma Long. Back to a slightly more traditional serve, a little bit lower toss. From the forehand corner of the table, loads it with spin. Watch how low this ball is and deep on the table. I've seen him hit lower shots to the net, but still low enough, that deep on the table. With him waiting cross court, it doesn't leave many options. Timoboll brings it back cross court, Ma Long's there. Timoboll tries to play it back to the opposite side down the line. Percentages decline drastically. 9 points each. If this were yesterday, Lin Gaoyuan would take it for a 3-1 lead. New day. Let's see.
Let. 9-all.
With the reverse pendulum serve and the opportunity for the backhand. Again, Timoboll's backhand has been so successful from that position. Slightly softer, slower ball. And the timing is broken. It's game point to Ma Long. Oh, Now 2 backhands in a row, and Timo cannot convert either. They're not easy shots at all, but Timoboll yesterday pulled off the unthinkable, and today finds himself in the same position, down 1-3. But instead of playing world rank number 9, he's playing world rank number 1. The man sitting on top of the world. We'll see what happens. Game 5 coming up right after this. Well, if that doesn't show patriotism, I don't know what does. Chinese flags on faces and in the hands of half of the fans here. Traveling the world, carrying the flag. Very proud fans, excited to see Ma Long continue. Again, the last Chinese hope. Oh, beautiful point. Ma Long can't finish it. Timoboll very persistent at the back of the table. This is so much pressure coming in. When Ma Long hits these counter backhands from behind the table, once he's tested wide to the forehand, doesn't fish for long. He's quick to come back in, blitz the table, get in position. Several balls have come so close to that back edge of the table on that backhand from Timoboll, but just missing time and time again. Well, a few times more than Timoboll would like anyway. His percentages are actually quite impressive with his backhand. This is how a fast serve works. Long surprise placement, forcing indecision out of the receiver. Ma Long with probably more aces, fast long serves than any player in the game today. Timoboll ties it up. Well, this match has gone fast in many ways, I think, because as table tennis fans, people are very thrilled to be here and watching. Timoboll needs to win every game from here on out. Ooh, surprise! Slow, spinny shot, but Ma Long turning the corner a little bit early and paying dearly for it. It's a very difficult shot. He's got the cross court, the obvious opportunity, and from below the table plays it down the line. See the racket turned around, the red rubber on the forehand for Ma Long when the ball comes up into the air that high. He realizes if the lob comes down, he doesn't need spin and tackiness. He needs projection. He needs something that's going to spring off, which the Chinese national team tends to keep on the backhand side of the racket. Tackier black rubber from China on the forehand side. Aww. Aww. Serve drifts a little long, and Timoboll's there to punish it. Both of these players have been doing this back and forth to any serve opening they get. Anything on the receive they can find to put pressure on the opponent. Okay, a 2-point lead. A little bit for Timoboll to keep going. I talked about Timoboll needing to win every game for the rest of this match. Conversely, that means Ma Long takes one more game, it's over. Whether it's this one, game 6 or 7. The placement once again, Ma Long just nailing Timoboll deep in the backhand corner. Timo's been so dangerous and Wang Hao on his feet applauding this. Look at the big backhand counter, but he tries to take the forehand and it's just too deep into the backhand corner to get around that ball. Top edge will not come down. So 2 quick points recovered by Ma Long. It's interesting to see as strong and as fast as Ma Long is, how high he has to keep the racket to stay on top of it. But that's part of where his strength comes in. Being able to drop the racket a little bit, generate with small backswing enough power to carry through and counter. Timoboll's excellent at blocking and placement, but it's going to be very tough with the quality of loops coming in from Ma Long's forehand. How wide the stance is of Ma Long. Remember, yesterday he had a slip moment. Talked about the fact that the only thing that seems like it could really stop Ma Long is injury. But from time to time, a player's been able to take him down. Jung Sang-un of Korea, actually, earlier this year. He was here at this tournament as well. Quality receive right there with the backhand. Stepping around to open up, play it down the line. Second towel break of the game, and they're dead even. I feel like that couple is famous now. Seen him on screen a good 3 or 4 times. All right, so Timoboll mixing it up with the placement here, changing the pace a bit. Spinnier ball deep to the backhand side. Surprise underspin. I was still thinking about the hand wipes. The fact that Timoboll's wiping the sweat from his palm near the net and Ma Long wiped it near the back of the table might imply that Timoboll's sweating a little bit more than Ma Long. Ma Long's not concerned that he's going to wet the table enough to affect the bounce of the ball. And the ball goes wide. This is the body language and some of the shots, the misses that we see from Ma Long when he's tense, when he's tight. Ma Long's still the best player in the world. But some of these shots look a little bit Ma Long pre-2015. Oh, a flip. The way he comes in for this, too, it's so difficult to tell what's going to happen. Racket face very open. Looks like he's going for the push, and at the last moment just flips the pancake. Turns over the racket. Bird's eye view's a perfect opportunity. It really looks like he's going for the push to the last moment. Still a 2-point lead for Timoboll, and the serve's on his side. And for me, this is a good serve. Percentage-wise, his reverse pendulum is a little bit fancier and causes a lot of players trouble, but his percentages with Ma Long on the pendulum serve, traditionally, he's managed to get in the points, set himself up well, and predict the third ball better. So down the middle of the table, he earns himself 3 game points. Shot block, and the ball stays short. Timoboll on top of it. 11-7 sends this one to game 6. The match we all wanted to see continues. Game 6, Ma Long versus Timoboll, coming up right after this. Back for game number 6. And we've got two-time World Cup champions playing against each other with 10 years between them in terms of when they won. Cracked ball, Ma Long bringing it in for a new one. Timoboll winning in 2002 over Cùng, in 2005 over Ma Long's current coach, Wang Hao. That's always trippy when you watch somebody who's playing, who is a competitor and the winner, the victor, against your coach. So breathing on the ball to get some moisture, get the chalk off the outer layer, make sure the ball doesn't grip more than they're used to, plays more familiarly like the ball before. Ma Long doing the same. So mentioned Timoboll 2002, 2005. Ma Long 2012, 2015. Interesting. Soft touch, ball bites the table. The heavy backspin keeps it right near the baseline, and Ma Long with no connection. This is definitely not out of the capabilities of Timoboll. Little rotation right off the bounce on the receive. It seems like he's still not quite familiar with the bounce of the ball. Trying to make sure that all the chalky material, the substance, is off the outside. Stays on Ma Long's side of the table. So again, if Timoboll manages to take this match, he was down 1-3, just like against Shuai in the Czech Open, and just like against Lin Gaoyuan yesterday. Oh, this time it works out for Ma Long, top of the net and over. So the nets are split here. As fast as that ball comes in, doesn't bother Timoboll. Arguably the best forehand in the world. Ma Long opening on this. And Timoboll right there, like a brick wall, just countering it back. Firm, steady, calm. Brick walls don't sweat. Soft flip deep to the backhand corner, and Timoboll up by 2 at the first towel break of the game. You have to imagine from a motivation standpoint, Timoboll is going to play every single point, that he's just got this undying effort, not only to please the crowd here in Liège, but also for himself. He's having an incredible year. He's world ranked number 5. He's climbed back up in the world rankings. A lot of opportunities here for Timoboll. Just imagine the headlines, the story. 12 years later, hero rises again to beat the world's best en route to the World Cup Championship. Short side of the table, a little bit too short for that stroke here. Ma Long again, the most celebrated player on the planet currently in the game. I think Timoboll said it well, but it is his first international tournament back. It's a good time to take advantage. Hope that you have a little bit of an edge. Now, the most amazing thing to me in this rally is Timoboll's receive is so short. Ma Long's a little bit late to come in for it. And you'd think normally the next shot from Timoboll would win the point, but Ma Long is back so quickly, countering and getting right into the rally, that it takes several shots for Timoboll and change of pace and placement to finally earn the point. (7-3). Now it was game 6 at the World Championships, 8-4 for Timoboll. Maybe even more, but 8-4 lead for sure. And Ma Long came back and took game 6, so from a focus standpoint, Timoboll is just a little bit further away from that 11-point mark here in game 6. No, burned, hand up in the air. Ma Long covers the table and redirects the ball wide to the forehand to take it. Too pretty, just too pretty. The statue pose here to finish. Wow, look at that. That is a satisfying backhand for Ma Long fans around the world. Or even around the stadium, yeah. Guy in the back won that competition. An awkward ball, Timoboll with the racket head straight up, and once again, 8-4 in game 6. It's getting a little bit freaky now. Is this a ripple in time? Red pill, blue pill, which was it? Where are we? The question is, will things repeat, or will Timoboll run ahead and take this to game 7? The score might suggest so, but with Ma Long, you never know. Fast long serve and then the opposite way. It's starting. The comeback train. Last call for passengers. This is the point. This changes the prophecy. Timoboll counters, extends his lead back to 4 and is 2 points away. They give you statistics, if this were poker, about what the percentages are right now for Timoboll to take this game, but I'm confident that the percentages just increased in favor of Timoboll by quite a bit. Top of the net, a little break for Timoboll. He apologizes and has 5 game points. Now for Lin Gao Yuan yesterday, 6 match points wasn't enough.
Let 10-5.
For Timoboll, will 5 game points be enough here? And then some. He's got plenty to spare. Coming into game 7 with momentum. 11-5, the most dominant game we've seen in this match belongs to Timoboll. Again, if momentum is a thing, right now Timoboll has it. Don't go anywhere, because game 7 between Ma Long and the 3-time world ranked #1 Timoboll is coming up right after this. And the flags are flying high. We are here, game number 7. Well, I can't read exactly what that says. It's tough to imagine. It says Jayo Boar. Ma Long fans and Timo fans aplenty here. We are 1 game closer to victory than we were at the World Championships. The fight yesterday, this is where Timoboll won. This is the real test, not only of stamina physically, but mental toughness. Redemption for Timoboll, 36 years old, and he's found himself in the final once again, right here in Liège, his 3rd time in the final in Belgium, and he takes down world rank #1. Will Timoboll be world rank #1 once again? Well, He's waiting for the winner of Simon Gauzy and Dmitry Ovtcharov coming up right after this. This is Timo's tournament. Unbelievable performance, and what a privilege to be watching this. And for a few moments, Timoboll will let it sink in. He will not think about the next match. He will smile, he will high five, and he will hug his teammate and possibly his opponent in the final for a big celebration high five. Look at the score on screen day after day. Timoboll creating the best entertainment and the greatest fights you could possibly imagine out here. Stick around, we've got one more semifinal. You're watching the ITTF Liebherr Men's World Cup live from Liège, Belgium.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Timoboll! Timo, I don't know what to ask you really. That's just an amazing match, another amazing match, crazy.
I don't know what to answer. Yeah, it was really crazy. Again, 1-3 down against such a great player. I was quite close in the World Championships, but yeah, I was quite relaxed even when I was down and even when I had the chance in the end. So this was, I think, the key, to be calm, to be settled during the game, and thank you for your support.
Merci pour le soutenu. As you say, Timo, so you were behind 2-0, 3-1, but then in the 7th game, you're leading all the way and he's coming back at you. So how does that change your mentality in those moments?
I still had the feeling I'm on a wave, so I was flowing, I was inside the game. I had really a good tunnel, so it's a nice feeling to have that against such a good player and to feel when he's a little bit not happy with his game. So yeah, it's a very good feeling and I'm happy that it worked out in the end.
Fantastic. And so now another final, World Cup. You won here in Liège in 2005. Maybe you can win it again here in Liège.
It's still a long way. Maybe Dima Ovtcharov, maybe Simon Gauzy, both are very good players, both very tough opponents. But I'm looking forward. I have fun to play here. I'm 36 years old, so couldn't believe that I stay again in the final here in the World Cup, so I just try to enjoy it.
Fantastic, and we'll enjoy it as well. Everybody, Timoboll in the final of the Men's World Cup.
God bless you. Super.